Ooh, it's been a while. Ah, it works. Hi everyone, it's Lindy. Welcome back to my channel. So as I had previously mentioned, I ended up taking a little trip to Los Angeles, and it was the first time I had ever visited California before, and I was really excited to see what kind of items I could not only find at thrift stores, but also the Goodwill outlets that were in California. California, in case you didn't know, you know, who wouldn't know, California is extremely different from Kansas, and so I didn't know what I could expect to see. I did not look at any hard goods. I only had so much space, and so I really wanted to try to maximize the number of items that I could bring home, and I had a feeling that hard goods would just take up way too much space, and so I didn't even bother. So I primarily looked at fashion, and I ended up coming back with an entire bin. Big bin, overflowing bin. 3 loads of laundry, to be exact. So I've already showed the bin on Instagram, not every single piece, but I just showed the literal bin on Instagram, and a question that I've been getting a lot was, how did I get it home? So real quick, before I even start the haul, I just wanted to talk about that, what my plan was for flying and bringing a whole bunch of stuff home, because it's a big bundle of things. So essentially what I did, I was gone for 4 days, and essentially what I did was I brought a carry-on and a checked bag, and I basically packed everything that I was going to wear in the carry-on, and the checked bag was almost empty when I arrived, and then I was able to just thrift until my heart was content, and all I had to do was worry about weight on the checked bag. So the checked bag could not go over 50 pounds, and I knew from when I had left and arrived in California, I knew that my luggage was right around 25 pounds. So that meant that I had 25 pounds of goodies that I could take home. And so when I went thrifting and when I went to the Goodwill outlets, I had that number in my head already. I knew that I had 25 pounds to work with. So that was how I was able to get everything home. And yes, I did plan to do that ahead of time, just because I know I didn't want to have to ship a whole bunch of stuff home, because postage can get really super expensive. So just utilizing a checked bag I was already planning on taking anyway was definitely the way to go. Okay, so I'm almost ready to get into the haul, but I did want to talk about the differences that I noticed between Kansas and Los Angeles, California. So what I noticed that I was really surprised about was the prices were really comparable. Like really comparable. The jeans, like the individually priced jeans at Goodwill were more expensive in California, but as a general rule, merchandise was about the same as my thrifts in Kansas, which I was really surprised about. You know, jeans where I live are like $4 a piece, and in California they were $8 a piece. But then like tops were $3.99 in California, they're $3.99 here. The bins or Goodwill outlet, I will probably just say the bins from here on out, but the bins in California were like $1.69 a pound, and they're 99 cents here. So, you know, they're almost double the price in California at the bins, but when you're talking about paying $1.69 per pound by weight, it's still ridiculously inexpensive for sourcing merchandise. So, overall, I was very pleased with the prices in California. It was not at all what I expected. And as for labels, so what I ended up seeing the difference between Kansas and California is, here in Kansas, we have a lot of mall brands that are in the thrifts, things that don't really hold a ton of resale value, and then every once in a while there's kind of like a home run sprinkled in. And what I consider to be a home run is something like True Religion jeans, or, and of course, off the top of my head, it's always going to be jeans, because that's, you know, primarily what I sell. It's what I'm the most familiar with. It's what I like to source the most. So like in Kansas, what I would consider finding a home run at the bins would be something like True Religion, or Rock Revival, or J Brand, or Page Jeans, something like that. And I noticed a lot of the same brands that I usually see commonly in Kansas, but there was a little bit more home runs sprinkled in. So that was a very, very nice, pleasant surprise. So at the bins, I was able to, you know, kind of sort through, and I'm kind of looking and I'm like, wow, this is a lot of the same stuff that I always see in Kansas, like all the time. But then there was more of the home runs sprinkled in. I want to say probably 3 times the home runs I found in California as opposed to in Kansas. So that was a very pleasant surprise. But overall, I was just shocked at seeing some of the same things. I don't know what I expected, but I wasn't expecting to see the same kind of stuff that I see in Kansas. So, but anyways, okay, we're gonna dig in. I have approximately 25 pounds of goods here because my checked bag was about to the max. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of start working our way through this bin. I think most of the jeans are on the bottom. I did just launder everything, so everything's fresh out the wash. So this one might be a little underwhelming. It's not a brand that's like, ooh, or anything, but I picked it up because the dress was cute and it's a nice size. It's in Emma and Michelle. I'm pretty sure that this is just like a random Ross brand, but it is a size 16. It does have pockets, and I really thought that the design of the dress was really cute. Hopefully you could see the whole thing. I really liked the plunging neckline, and I just thought it was really pretty, and it was, you know, at the bins, so I just went ahead and grabbed it because I probably paid less than $1 for it by weight. Also, I did not get everything at the bins that I'm showing. I did get some things at the thrift. I actually went to 2 different bins. The first one, I did not buy one thing. There are multiple bins in LA, and please don't ask me which ones I went to because I honestly am not sure. I was like along for the ride. I didn't drive anywhere myself, and so I was just kind of like going with the flow, and so I don't know exactly where the locations were of the bins or the retails that we went to, but I did end up buying things at 1 Goodwill retail and 1 Goodwill bins, and then we went to another bins, and I just did not buy anything because it wasn't good. So I didn't buy anything. So that I did get at the bins, and I will try my best to remember exactly what I got at the bins and what I got at Goodwill retail. That way I can let you know what items I paid up for and what items I paid by the pound for. Okay, so this is just a World Market semi-sheer top. This did come from the bins, and it's essentially weightless. So I've never sold World Market before, but I know that people like it, and I really liked the pattern, so I went ahead and grabbed it. A lot of these items, I can't really estimate what I'm going to list them for because some of them I just don't regularly sell. Because I only had so much space, I tried to be very, very picky with what I got because I didn't want to source a whole bunch of stuff that I always source. I wanted to try to find things that I don't always get. So I'm gonna have to do my research when I do my listing because I'm not exactly sure how much I'm going to charge for some of this because it's just so far out of my realm of normalcy. Okay, I got this crossbody. So it is unbranded. There's no brand with it. However, I have sold a sweatshirt. It was a zip-up sweatshirt that was very, very similar to this. And the sweatshirt itself sold for $30. I would imagine that this crossbody would sell for about the same. It's just very bohemian, you know, hippie chic kind of crossbody. And then it's just inside, let me unbutton it here, you know, and then inside it just has the 1 single zipper pocket. It's in really great shape. There's no stains or rips or anything. So there's no brand, but I know that I can probably sell it for between $20 and $30 easy. I think I'm kind of starting with the stuff that's a little underwhelming, so just stick with me. We'll get to the really good stuff. Oh, and that was the bins. That bag was the bins. Sorry if I'm like all over the place. It's been a really long time since I've done a haul video. You'd think it'd be like riding a bike, but it's not. All right, and then this is just a Band of Gypsies crop top. It is just crop top. It does have an open back and a tie. It's really hard to kind of see, you know, but it has kind of like the dolman sleeve, and it just has the high tie waist. It was essentially weightless. Oh my God. It was essentially weightless. So I went ahead and picked it up because it was going to take up like no room. I don't really sell Band of Gypsies a lot. The resale value on that top is probably like 15 bucks. How did I know this was going to fall? You just stay down there, sign. Okay, let's see here. Wrap. Okay, so this one I'm gonna have to like put together on a mannequin because I've been sitting here, and notice I probably cut it all out, but I've been sitting here trying to figure out how to tie this wrap dress with it just sitting in my lap, and it's not happening. I'm gonna have to do it on a mannequin. But I actually have 2 Diane von Furstenberg dresses. There we go. Come on now, stop. There we go. Diane von Furstenberg. This one is a size 8. It's just a standard black wrap dress with a gold tie belt. So this is what I've been sitting here trying to wrap, and it's just not working. I'm gonna have to do it with the mannequin. But it's just a solid black dress with the 3/4 length sleeves. Yeah, that's 3/4 length sleeve. So there's this, and this I did get at the bins, so I probably paid around $1.50 for it. So this Diane von Furstenberg is a size 6, and I did get it at the Goodwill retail. It is 100% silk, and I really liked the pattern on there. So this one at Goodwill retail was $8.49. So big difference, like $1.50 by weight at the bins versus $8.49. But Diane can, you know, sometimes you could pay up for her and she will love you back. So because it was 100% silk, I went ahead and paid the $8.49 for it. I'm not sure what the resale value is on Diane dresses right now because I've never sold one, so I'm gonna have to look it up. But I would hope to get somewhere between $30 and $40 for it. So this I did get at the bins, but honestly I picked it up for my kid. It's just an Under Armour compression shirt because my oldest is in middle school and he's playing football. So I went ahead and picked that up at the bins just for him. And then again, this is another thing that I got at the bins because it was essentially weightless. It is Belle de Jour. It's not an expensive brand by any means, but I went ahead and got it just because of the style of the shirt. It's just this really funky wind catcher razorback tank top, and it's got that really kind of like grungy shredded hem. So because it was essentially weightless, I went ahead and got it. I didn't really care about the brand just because the style alone I think will sell it. Okay, we're starting to get to the good stuff. We're starting to get to the good stuff now. Okay, so we have a Staring at Stars dress. It is a size medium. So it is super cute. I love dual patterns. I love it. It's got like the eye cap kind of pattern, and then I'm not exactly sure what I would call this, but the colors were super bright and vibrant, and I did get it at the bins, so it was very inexpensive. And so I was with Miss Megan Reed, who she was like teaching me about the bins in California, because that's where she does all of her sourcing, I believe, or at least most of her sourcing. And so I was having her help me a lot with California labels. And so I guess Staring at Stars is Urban Outfitters, but then possibly also Anthropologie? Yeah, because the RN is 66170, so I do believe it's Anthropologie as well. So I don't know for sure if it's also Urban Outfitters, Anthropologie. I don't know, we're all learning. But there are also pockets, which everybody loves a dress with pockets. So Staring at Stars, I have never seen that label here. Another item from the bins is a, hopefully you can read the tag, Barbizone. It's Barbizone. Hopefully you got to see a glimpse of it. Little nightie. Sometimes these can go upwards of $20, so I went ahead and got it at the bins. And this is an unbranded swimsuit top. I have absolutely no idea how it ended up in my bag, but it got there. So I accidentally brought this home. It happens. So this is a Pilcrow and the letterpress linen pants. This is an Anthropologie brand. I learned that too. Anthropologie is not something I ever come across. So when I was stumbling across it in California, I had no idea what I was looking at. But luckily I had Sell Quick, Ship Quick there and Miss Megan Reed to help me out because as my first time in California, I needed some help. So, and these are just gray linen pants. I am not sure what the resale value is, but again, I would hope somewhere between 30 and 40. And that was at the bins as well. Next up is this Cachet Jacket. It is a size 10 and it is like this black metallic snake skin. Ooh. I have never found or sold Cachet before, so I'm not sure what the jacket is worth. I do still need to do my research, but I would hope that this would be somewhere around 40 or 50. And this was at the bins as well. Okay, so now we are down to all my jeans. This is a big bin of jeans now. All right, so we have some Madewell skinny jeans, and these do have the zipper hem. And they are a size 30. Now, these I did pay $8 for at Goodwill retail, but I've never sold Madewell skinny jeans before, so I went ahead and bought them. So these are men's Buffalo David Bitton, size 36, bootcut jeans. These were at the bins and resale value on those is probably going to be about $20 or $25 only because the back bottom hems are pretty ripped up. If not, they would have been more like $30 or $40. These I got at Goodwill retail. They are women's Rock Revival jeans. I love Rock Revival jeans. They're a size 27 and they are the Stephanie boot and they are perfect. They are in perfect shape. The bottom hems, there's barely anything down there. The last time I sold women's Rock Revival jeans, I got 40 bucks for them. So I gladly paid $8. Next up is another pair of Madewell Skinnies. These do not have the zipper and they are a size 26. Again, these I paid $8 at the Goodwill retail, hoping to get at least 30 to 40 for them because they're used. Okay, these are men's diesel jeans. Now, these are pretty ripped up, but they were at the bins, so, you know, they were only about $1.50. But they're very nicely distressed. Like, they're pretty beat up. They do have the button fly. Love the button fly. They are pretty beat up, but they're beat up in the right ways. You know, they're beat up in the knees where it's okay, not so much the bottom hems. So people are actually, or men are actually looking for this kind of distressing. So, and they do have a little bit of the sandblasting on there. I just wish that this wasn't so ripped up, but I still think that I can get 20 or 25 out of these, if not a little bit more. Hey look, another pair of Madewell skinny jeans. These are a size 29 and they do have the rip in the knee. Those I also got at retail. All of the Madewells came from the retail. And they were all different sizes. At first I thought that I got like all of the Madewell skinnies from the same person, but they were all various sizes, so I don't think so. Okay, and then I got these J brand jeans. These did come from the bins. They are a size 26 and they are the bell bottoms. So they are the bell bottom leg. Was a little disappointed in the fray. So there are some pretty decent frays on the bottom hems, but that's okay. That's okay. They should still sell because the whole bell-bottom look is definitely coming back in. So, and they were at the bins. So hopefully I can get around 25 for those. Then we have size 28 machine distressed skinnies. I have sold machine before. This is kind of what I would consider a home run at my thrift. These did come from the bins. At my thrift, these are kind of considered a home run because I can get anywhere from 25 to 30 for them. So finding these at the bins, I definitely had to grab them. Then we got some men's Hudson jeans. They are a size 32 and they are the Blake straight leg, and they're a nice dark wash. They do have a little bit of the whiskering from the being sandblasted, which is nice. Little bit of fading around the knees, but absolutely no rips, and the hems are perfect. And so these are ones that I did get at the Goodwill retail, so I paid $8 for them, but I should be able to sell them for at least 30. So now these are men's Levi's that were cut off into women's shorts. These were, I believe, $5 at retail. There is no size though. Normally, I would not buy jeans without a size tag, but because they are vintage, they are the orange tag Levi's, which makes them like 30 plus years old. They are high-waisted. They do have, you know, some distressing on them because they were cut off and worn, and they're nicely frayed. I went ahead and got them because I figured, you know, for women's cut off, all I have to do is measure the waist and that will be sufficient. So pick those up. Every time I sell Levi's cutoffs, it's right around, you know, 25 bucks. So I figured $5, I'd go ahead and get it. And then I got these beautiful men's American Eagle tapered jeans. They are a size 33, 30, and they are the original taper. I went ahead and got these because they were pristine, and when men's American Eagle jeans look this good, you can easily get $25 for them. Okay, next up are these men's 7 for All Mankind, size 36-inch waist, and these are just a really nice sandblasted bootcut jean. There are some frays on the bottom hems, but that's really not that big of a deal, especially in men's. And also given the fact that the coloring is so nice on these jeans. So these will probably sell for $25 or $30 and pick them up at the bins. Another item from the bins are these Adriana Goldschmied, the Sweetie Skinnies, and they are a size 29, and they are just a really nice dark wash, and there is absolutely no fraying on the bottom hems, which is always awesome to see. But typically with skinny jeans, you don't get a lot of that anyway, because skinny jeans always come right around the ankle. So if you have skinny jeans, you almost don't even have to look, because sometimes if there are frays, they are factory frays. So just a little fun fact in case you didn't know. Adriana Goldschmied usually sells right around $25. And here's another machine. These are, it's just a denim mini skirt, and there's a lot of distressing here on the butt, lots of frays on the bottom hem. It's just a denim mini skirt. I've never sold a machine brand denim mini skirt before, but the brand does pretty well for me, and it's a size 26. So I figured that those will probably sell for, you know, 15 bucks. And it was a bins find. And then the last item is also from the LA bins. It is a pair of True Religion bootcut jeans. They are a women's size 29, and they are in really, really nice shape. The bottom hems are pretty darn close to perfect. There is a little bit of fraying, but not bad at all. I was very happy to see these at the bins because finding True Religion jeans at my bins is almost unheard of. This was actually the second pair that I found at the LA bins. The first pair was a pair of men's, and I got really super excited until I noticed a giant rip going down the side, and that really broke my heart. It wasn't even a rip that could be repaired. It was like some jagged, angry rip that somebody did. No idea why someone would do that to a lovely pair of men's True Religion jeans. But alas, it happened and I was really disappointed. But then the thrift gods sent me a woman's pair of True Religion jeans to the bin, so I was a lot better then. All right, you guys, that's all I have to show you. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Do not forget to check the video description for useful links. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you can be reminded of more content. And I will see you guys with my next video. Bye.